and welcome everyone to our weekly top 10 list that Francesca indeed is here for. It was a last minute audible, but I'm very excited that she wanted to be a part of this. This is gonna be our top 10 Star Wars movies, which is different than most lists. Because with most lists, you have to figure out what should even be on it, let alone what ranking. This is almost entirely just what ranking, and yet, Francesca, are you nervous about the response? Because I know I'm getting attacked.
Yep. The attack of the chat is going to be the next Star Wars sequel. Yeah, no, exactly. You can't have an opinion about Star Wars without, the nerds or the ultra nerds or the nerds warring against the other nerds getting mad at you. So
yeah,
you're never.
I'm a nerd, everybody. But yeah, no, you can't please everyone. So here's what we're gonna do. We're normally in these top 10 lists, we each do 5. In this case, we wanted to each do 10, but I am going to take inspiration from a podcast that I love, the Beyond the Screenplay podcast. They recently did their top 10 movies of the aughts, and they did it in this format, which I think will make sense. So first, Francesca is gonna give us her 10 through 4, and we can talk about any standouts from that. Then I'll do my 10 through 4, and then we'll alternate for the top 3. And only then will we mention the one that didn't even make it on the list, because we want to add a little bit of suspense. But I'm very interested to see what yours will be like. I will say that mine, I know that I've ranked them before, but I couldn't find it. I did find a tweet I'd sent out where I'd given a letter grade to them. And my ranking no longer is in the order that I letter graded them. So I guess these things naturally change over time.
There's new movies. There's new things.
That's also true. Okay, you want to launch into this? You want to give us your 10 through 4?
Okay, so when do I talk about the films that did not make it at all?
At the very end. At the very end, because we want to know maybe it's coming.
Well, okay. So, okay, first of all, obviously disclaimer, I'm not the biggest Star Wars nerd there is. I'm sorry if I get your names wrong, and I'm sorry if I don't know which planet, which species is from, and I'm sorry if all these names of the films sound the exact same. But I did grow up on Star Wars. I do have an older brother. I love Star Wars. I love the original trilogy. And I have loved a lot of what has come out since, and I have also not loved it. So definitely a fan, not a super fan. Number 10. And I guess this is a little bit, okay. So wait, 10 through 6. Okay, 10 through 6.
Or 10 through 4.
Oh, 10 through 4. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10, Revenge of the Sith. Last of the first 3, the trilogy or the prequels. It's when okay, we know Revenge of the Sith. Darth Vader gets all disgusting and says quotes like, "In my opinion, the Jedi are the bad ones," or something like that.
From my point of view.
Yeah, that's what it was. I did consult my boyfriend Matt Lieb, who did help me, who does actually work on the Star Wars internet show. So he knows this a lot better, but he reminded me of that horrible quote, "From my point of view."
So bad.
But it wasn't the worst of the prequels. 9, Attack of the Clones, because I'm a lady who enjoys some backstory, and I did like some of the love scenes in the couple that had the least amount of chemistry ever. Okay, so 9, Attack of the Clones. 8, A New Hope. It's just kind of normal. It's the first one, it's the first Star Wars ever. It's like, it's good, but it's normal. Nothing really that amazing happens. 7, skipping down to the sequels, The Force Awakens. Han Solo gets killed. Also, the sequels I can kind of interchange them. I don't love.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. 7, Force Awakens. 6, Rise of Skywalker. 5, Last Jedi.
Well, hold on. So really fast. Let's stop at Rise of Skywalker. So you have that in sort of the middle range. So you kind of liked it. You liked it more than some of the newer ones and some of the older ones.
Oh yeah, the Rise of Skywalker is the that's the most recent one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I liked it. I actually really liked it. I think that the I am the daughter of Homeboy was not of Palpatine was not. I was not into that at all.
Yeah, me either.
But I did think that Adam Driver's performance. And again, I'm a lady. I like the love stuff. I like the weird sexual tension. Adam Driver's performance, I think, crushed it for me. I think that outshone the stupidness of her being Palpatine's daughter, which was like, just let her be her own thing.
Totally.
Just let her. Sorry, let her be her own thing.
I agree.
Okay, but so then so Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker. Last Jedi number 5, which was really good. Luke dies in that. And then Return of the Jedi number 4, which was obviously the last of the original. Yes, yeah. The Return of the Jedi. That'd be 4.
Okay.
So that takes us up to the final 3. But yeah.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a few. So you don't like, it's not like you only like the old ones or you only like the new ones. It's really a mix. That's interesting.
No, I think I mean, obviously, like the ones that didn't make it, I'm sorry, but spoiler, Phantom Menace doesn't make it because I don't care about the trade war and I don't care about your weird Chinese accent and you're like just horrible scripting, no personality. Qui-Gon's boring as hell. Ewan McGregor, I've never hated him more. I'm sorry, like it's just so boring, no personality. If I could, okay. I think that the first 3 shouldn't be on this list at all. So yeah.
Okay.
But I also okay. Anyway, I also have a thought.
Well,
I'm
gonna give my 10 through 4, and we'll talk. My 10 is Rise of Skywalker. Of the new movies, I did not. I liked Adam Driver was okay. Some of the actiony stuff was okay, but some I don't know. Just it didn't really care about Rose. It didn't care about. It's just so many characters just didn't seem interested in, and like at the end when all the ships come, it was clearly trying to do the Marvel portal scene thing, but it didn't really feel earned. Anyway, so that was my number 10. 9 was Solo. I've only seen it once, but it was perfectly fine. 8 was Revenge of the Sith, which I used to like because the last lightsaber fight is pretty good, but I've watched it multiple times and that is really like the only good part of it actually. So you can't get higher than that with one good scene. 7 is The Phantom Menace. It does have horrible like personifications of Asian characters, Jewish characters, black characters, really bad. But it also had Darth Maul and it had the single best lightsaber fight scene of any of these. And so I did like that.
Are you saying you like Jar Jar? That's basically just an admission that you think Jar Jar was perfect.
Okay.
Okay, no. Jar Jar was an abomination on the franchise. Okay, horrible. I think horrible.
Jar Jar isn't as bad as the head Gungan. That's worse. That was bad.
No, I like the head Gungan. He had that thing.
Okay, he was like, what were they trying to say? Did he have a medical problem?
Look, William Barr. It was the only parts that William Barr could get.
Oh my God, does look like him. Anyway, that's number 7. We're still high up. Okay, number 6 was Rogue One. I think it's a very solid movie. Cool characters, and not cool characters because you've seen them in 6 movies. Just cool new characters. I thought it was pretty awesome. As I've still only seen it once. As I see it more, it might even move up. But that's my number 6. Number 5 is A New Hope. Perfectly serviceable. It's a pretty bare bones movie. It's just the hero's journey, but it's cool and it started the whole thing.
Yeah.
And my number 4 is The Empire Strikes Back, which it is very good, but in comparison to some of the other Star Wars movies, it does not have, the climax isn't as awesome in terms of the action. It's very great for the characters and the revelations and mystery and all that stuff. And it's a solid movie with a lot of cool things in it, but not my favorite. So that's up to my number 4. What is your number 3? These are the ones we really like. All the rest are garbage. They're trash. We like these 3.
Yeah. Well, my number 4 was Return of the Jedi, and it's the final, and it has Ewoks and Yub Nub or whatever it is, and I love it. Yub Nub, no disrespect. But my top 3 are Mandalorian, season 2, maybe the episode with Ahsoka, and when we find out that Grogu's name is Grogu. But the Mandalorian series is excellent. It's so good. The pacing is amazing. The characters are great. Even their problematic MMA fighter does an okay job. And
she's okay.
And it's baby effing Yoda, you guys. I love it. I love it. I want it. I want to like inject it into my veins. I love The Mandalorian. Number 2, Rogue One is the perfect movie. Rogue One is an excellent movie. I love Rogue One. I love it because the characters are just there for this one film. And Jin, right? Jin is such a great character, and of course, my boy Diego Luna is amazing. And it's what started everything even before A New Hope. It is the blueprint to the Death Star that we didn't even know we owed the entire franchise to this one moment. And so many people died in it. In fact, everybody, sorry, spoiler, everybody dies in it, but they did it. They sacrificed themselves. This is the Jesus on the cross of the entire series.
Can I add
good.
To that?
It's really good.
Because I didn't. Oh, maybe Rogue One should be higher for me. So yeah, you're right. All those characters are great. K2SO, the droid, is awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. And also you have, I don't remember their names, but you have the guy with the machine gun and the guy who's like kind of a Jedi.
So good.
Oh my God, so good. So good.
And multiple times during that film, it definitely is like then we got to do this errand and that errand and that errand. But I think that movie definitely was like, oh, they're gonna not make this. Like, and it dawns on you that they're not gonna make it, and either they're gonna fail completely or they're gonna fail, and that's the point. It just, it's so good.
It's so good. I gotta watch that again.
Yeah, and number 1 is. It is the backstory. It is the drama. It is the thing that propels this entire franchise. It is Empire Strikes Back. And yes, I'm being basic because many people say that. But also, I'm a basic bitch. I'm a basic person. I want to be entertained. I liked the new Star Wars films. They're all in the middle there for me. They're strong films. They're entertaining as hell. So Empire Strikes Back is definitely the film.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I will say, and this is a bit of a spoiler for my top 3. I didn't consider Mandalorian for this because it's not a movie. If I was considering it, it would be very high up. I really like The Mandalorian, both seasons. But I'm just doing the movies. But that said, and Empire Strikes Back was great. I love it. I probably liked the new movies more than your average person. So my number 3 is Force Awakens. I love it. And it might even be one higher if I'm not counting nostalgia. But because this one's newer, you don't have as much nostalgia for it. I just love it. I love all of the new characters. I love the new sense of humor that they put into Star Wars movies that had always been lacking. There are a couple of moments. Like Star Wars always has those moments of this needs to be done. Are you gonna sacrifice yourself to get it done? Are you gonna sacrifice yourself to save your friend? That's the stuff in movies that gets me more than anything else. And this movie has a bunch of it.
Yes.
And there's a moment when, like at the very end, when everything's like really dark, they're in their lightsaber fight in the snowy forest, and he goes to grab the lightsaber and it goes to her instead. And I tear up every single time I see that. I'm about to tear up right now thinking about it. Actually,
it definitely I love that about Star Wars though. Like that's the moments that give you chills are like that's how you know it did its job as a Star Wars film. And you're totally right about that. Oh, that snowy fight scene is so good.
I love it, and I love the new style of lightsaber fighting. That's much more like, no, these are actual swords with weight. I like it. So that's number 3. Number 2 is Return of the Jedi. It's my favorite of the originals.
Yeah.
Just because like growing up, I liked the Ewoks. I thought that was cool. I liked the motorcycles through the forest. I liked the assault on the Death Star at the end. I thought trying to win his father back over, like little, and the beginning sequence with the Sarlacc and all that is really cool. It's just such a solid movie with so much good stuff in it. I know that Empire is like technically a better film and it's got better surprises.
It's got Jabba.
Yeah, but I love Return of the Jedi. That's my favorite of those. And so my number one, and this is one of the most controversial pop culture positions I have, is Force Awakens really could be number two if not for the nostalgia. My number one is Last Jedi. Yeah. I love Last Jedi. I think it's like almost a perfect Star Wars film. It's got great the fight near the end with Kylo and her fighting those like red armored guards or whatever is so good. The entire sequence on the like salt planet at the end is so beautiful.
Yes.
The beginning scene with the bombing run, obviously it's ridiculous. Physics don't make any sense, but forgetting that little mini scene where the woman on the bomber is just trying to accomplish her task, I tear up during that every time. That could have just been a short film and I would have loved it. It's just got so much. I like the stuff between Kylo and her. There's some parts that aren't amazing, but I love that film. It's just so cool. It's so beautiful and cinematic.
I think the new Star Wars films, I'm sorry, they really found their groove. They really found what was good and beautiful, and it was the pacing was much more like the original Star Wars, and they used CG in a way that was not like ham-fisted and ugly and bad. And the characters have always been the thing that drove Star Wars. It wasn't just the universe that was created as the prequels created. But yeah, oh my God, when I saw the Spanish ladies on that island that Luke is training on, the little Spanish like frog women in the Last Jedi, it's so good. They're so funny and
I like the little birds.
Oh my God, what are they? God damn it.
The porgs?
The porgs? How can you not like the porgs, the foxes, the Spanish ladies, any sequence of training, right? You got the training young Rey. I love it. It was a great film.
Yeah. It was, and like the Luke versus Kylo at the end when Kylo is trying to like have all those things shoot at him and he just wants him dead. And the three different perspectives on what actually happened during his training, like, and I liked the fact that she was just a nobody again, as you were saying. They took that back in The Rise of Skywalker, which they really shouldn't have, but I just love it. Come at me, internet. It's good, okay? It's good. Anyway, what
I think you might be right on that. What?
Phantom Menace didn't make it on your list, but one other must have, because you had The Mandalorian.
So Solo was such a sad specimen.
Yes, that
of
is
a film.
true.
Yeah, like it was an action film, cool. It could have been so much better, but it was just another action film, and I'm like, all right, I fell asleep. But that's again, like I'm the kind of person that like I do like fight scenes. But I also need some like drama and stakes and interesting pacing and interesting backstory. And Solo had like
Emilia Clarke wasn't doing it for you.
I love Emilia Clarke, but her character was bad. And then like Woody Harrelson appears, and you're like, what is this?
I liked Woody Harrelson. I thought he was pretty good. I didn't really love the Solo guy, but I liked the train heist. I thought the train heist was cool.
The whole the whole thing.
Okay.
Solo deserves a better movie than that.
Okay, yeah, it was the worst of the new movies, I think, and like compared to Rogue One, it was no. But yeah, and for me, Attack of the Clones didn't make it. I think I've watched Attack of the Clones all the way through just once, and the stuff at the end was kind of cool, and I remember in the theaters flipping out when Yoda started flipping out. But like it was all this stuff about trying to figure out who was making the clones, and I didn't care. Like, why are you? This isn't Sherlock Holmes. What are you doing, Ewan McGregor? I don't know. I didn't love that.
Oh my God! I tried to watch Phantom Menace. Speaking of the one I didn't like, I tried to watch it recently on May the 4th. Just like whatever, let's do this. Let's see. And like when I was 16, it came out 15, 16, and like even me. high as a 16-year-old watching it and being thoroughly disappointed, but happy that it was a Star Wars film in the theater that I got to see. Like then, however many years later, I'm like, nope, I was right. It sucks. I couldn't watch it all the way through.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, look, when Darth Maul puts his hand up and one lightsaber comes out and then another comes out.
Sure.
I forget a lot of other stuff about the movie at that point. As a young boy, it was just, you can do that?
That's what Matt Lieb said. That's what he said. He was just like, okay, but the fight scene, the fight scene at the end, the double saber action, they're red.
That was good.
It's been read before.
Anyway, okay, well, that's our top 10 list. Thank you all for joining us. I'm sure you just enjoyed that and don't have anything to say to us, but feel free to post below. I'm sure it's just no comments. It's, oh, thank you, that was a good list. But anyway, let us know what your ranking is, what the biggest differences between yours and ours are. You can do that in the comments. And thank you as always for being members and making this possible. Thank you, Francesca.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.